And so off the tip, it's Washington's ball. Now the starting group for Orlando. They've got Anderson. Grant is out there with O'Neal. Then there's Hardaway, and it's Scott in at the 3, the small forward. Now here's Arenas. Jamison with a screen for Arenas. The three-pointer, no good. Anderson against Daniel. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Scott's got the first 3 points tonight for the Magic.
And this is what Scott's being paid to do. He has great confidence from distance, as well he should.
Nailed from three-point land.
And I like the back and forth here, showing confidence from range.
Yeah, he was so ready to answer that. These teams are just battling.
Now here's Hardaway. Here's O'Neal, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
It's a tall challenge trying to contain Shaq, especially when he's operating close to the basket.
Daniels with it, outside Butler. Pass to Arenas. Shot clock at 5. Orlando grabs the miss. Just over a minute and a half played here in this one. Here's Hardaway. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. They get Gilbert Arenas.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
This is his first free throw of the game.
Line for 2.
First one falls for him. He hits one, then misses the second attempt from the free throw line. Butler finds Daniel. Back to Butler. Thomas sets a screen for Butler. Pass to Arenas. Unloads. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. Arenas has got 5.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
And we knew coming into this game, we expected him to be very involved early.
Now here's Hardaway. Shot from the wing. Rebounded by the Wizards. Arenas dishes to Daniels. And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. Arenas kicks to Thomas. Outside Butler. Over Scott. They get the rebound. Here's Thomas. Good. Nice job down low.
And a better box out saves them 2 points there.
Nothing will drive your coach crazier than what you just saw. Lack of focus, lack of effort.
Here is Daniels. Outside Thomas. Pass to Arenas. Thomas, a screen on Hardaway. On deep, Arenas. And the 3 ball is good. 8 points for him.
He's been on fire since the beginning of this game, particularly when you look at the high percentage shots he's getting.
Here's Hardaway. And that time, also a missed shot.
Well, give the defender credit. Sometimes it's enough to force the miss.
Arenas passes to Daniels. Outside Thomas. Thomas sets a screen for Butler. Shoots over Scott. Butler, no good.
And you see the frustration on his face. He had a great opportunity there, and he blew it.
Outside Hardaway. Here's Scott. Orlando gets it back. Pass to Anderson. Over Daniels. Anderson's shot is off. Wizards leading by 4. Outside Arenas. Outside Butler. Thomas, a screen on Scott. Here's Butler. Another one falls for Washington.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
And it'll be Orlando with their first time out of the game right here. Stevenson is checked in for Washington. Here's Scott, right side Hardaway. Pass to Anderson. Down low and stolen by Thomas. Stevenson outside. Now Butler. On the wing, Arenas. 5 to shoot. Back to Jamison. Thomas finds Stevenson. No good on the 3. For Washington, they won their last contest, that game against Charlotte. Here's Scott. Another miss, and they've really hit a rough patch here. Wizards leading by 6. Here's Butler, and it's sent back by O'Neal.
And the aggressiveness on display here from O'Neal. Terrific at turning shots away with that size and length.
O'Neal is double. Out to Hardaway. From outside the arc. Rebound by Jamison. And it's Washington's ball. Inside. It's tipped. Here's Thomas. And it's Shaq with the rebound. The Magic trail by 6. Outside Scott. Pass to Hardaway. Anderson against Butler. Back to Hardaway. Washington with the rebound. Thomas got 4 rebounds in this game. Arenas kicks to Stevenson. Back to Arenas. Jamison with a screen for Arenas. Hits it from 3-point range. Arenas has got 11 points.
Outstanding start from 3-point range. Their shooters are on fire.
Now a timeout called by Orlando. Shaw's checked in for Hardaway. Here is Shaw. Pass to O'Neal. And Shaq with the slam.
O'Neal is a force of nature. Once he gets it that low, it is a foregone conclusion.
Now here's Stevenson. Still without a basket. Here's Butler. The shot is good. It's his second bucket in 5 tries.
That's very smart use of the screen, and it sets up a very close look.
Here is Shaw. He's covered by Arenas. Here's Shaq. Bucket number 3. He's a perfect 3 for 3 to start.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
Stevenson outside. Back to Arenas. Shot clock at 6. He gets it in there.
Well, he has been pretty much unstoppable this quarter, and his team is thriving as a result.
And a moment now to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Wizards.
And they've looked to fire as much as possible from outside the arc, and so far they are hitting at a high clip.
Another highlight for them has been their early ball movement, making quick, decisive passes to set up guys for great looks.
The Magic trail by 10. And here's Armstrong. Pass to Shaw. Rollins with a screen on Stevenson. Here's Shaw. Good D by Stevenson. Here's Washington. They're on a 20-7 run. Here's Arenas. He's got 14. That one is good again. He's 6 for 8 from the floor with the basket.
And the defense looks soft early on. They've got to sum it up. A little more sense of urgency.
Pass to Shaw. And here's Armstrong. The three-pointer off the mark.
And that was almost a block. Still did enough to alter the shot.
He didn't quite get a hand on it, but he did enough to affect the miss.
What a great play. Totally schooled the defender on that one.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
When a pick like that is questionable and creates that much of an advantage for the offense, you have to blow the whistle.
Well, oftentimes illegal screens fall into a gray area, but that time he got called for it.
Washington leading now by 14. Stevenson dishes to Butler. Nice ball movement by Washington. Drills it from outside. Arenas has got 21.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
So far, a great game plan and great execution, but we still have a long way to go.
Here is Shaw. No scoring in this one. To the right side. Pass to Armstrong. 5 on the clock. To halt the run, drills the three-pointer.
Well, you can see it's a matter of pride out there for these guys.
And the responses often come from the three-point line. That's just today's game.
Now, here's Stevenson. Connects from three-point range. 24 points for him.
Their play on both ends has been superb. We'll see if they can maintain the momentum.
Well, the score reflects it. They've just been the better team all the way around.
Here is Shaw. Pass to Royal. Here is Armstrong. Over Arenas. Will not go. This is off the front iron.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
Stevenson outside. Now, here is Haywood outside Arenas. Fires the three. It's rebounded by Royal.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Magic will take it. Both teams will make substitutions. And so here's Orlando, trailing by 17. Evans, a screen on Arenas. On the wing, Hardaway. Over Stevenson. And no good on the last second attempt this time. And so it's Gilbert Arenas making things happen for the Washington Wizards. Here's the number you need to know. He buried 5 three-pointers that quarter. And we'll be back with you shortly. And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And guys, we've seen a confident-looking Wizards team out there.
Just stretching out the floor in that first. They had the defense scrambling.
It's what the league looks like these days, but it's not always easy to pull off and execute it.
This is how the floor looks for the Magic starting the second. We've got Shaw. Royal is out there with Turner. Then there's Rollins, and it's Hardaway in at the 2 spot. Now here's Hardaway. The shot by Rollins, no good. And now the fast break. Stevenson with the ball.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Hardaway with it. He's guarded by Stevenson. Penny with a terrific assist.
Well, you want those shots anytime you can get them. High percentage at the rim.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
And they are just breaking the will of their opponent.
Pass to Shaw. Back to Hardaway. Stolen by Stevenson. Out to the wing. Jamison the pass to Stevenson. Now here's Jamison. Guarded by Hardaway. And it's Stevenson missing. The Magic trail by 21. Here is Shaw. Nothing on the board. Outside Hardaway. 6 to shoot. Orlando needs to get off a shot. And it's blocked. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. And here's what the schedule for Orlando looks like. On Saturday, then on Friday, they'll defend home court against the Indiana Pacers.
And when you look at that Raptors matchup, that one's going to be game number 9 on the year for them. Really starting to get towards the meat of things by then.
Daniels, he's checked in for Mason. Pass to Blatch. Pick by Haywood. To the inside. Here's Royal. Poked away. Outside Turner. Here's Royal. Now here's Hardaway. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Over Stevenson. Hardaway, no good. And so it's Daniels who brings up the ball for the Wizards. To the paint. And now Orlando on the break. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Orlando shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. That one misses.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Outside Daniel. Kicks it out to Stevenson. There's the pick. Shot clock at 5. Here's Daniels. Orlando grabs the miss.
But it didn't go that time, but that's a shot he should feel confident in taking.
Shaw passes to Hardaway. Here is Shaw. He's covered by Daniels. Pass to Hardaway. Banked in off the glass.
He's an explosive athlete with tremendous positional size. Hardaway has no issue mixing it up inside.
Here's Blatch. He has yet to score. And that one is stuffed right through.
And credit the screen for giving him the space he needed to get to the rim.
For sure, GA allows him to come in with the sledgehammer.
Yeah, it's the power of the two-man game. After all these years, it's still the most difficult set to defend.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
Now Daniels has to Blatch. The Wizards working the ball around now. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
You gotta love his aggressiveness to finish inside.
Well, his leaping ability gives him a great advantage. Now here is Hardaway. Inside, Avent. Yes, and it's Hardaway picking up the assist. Avent's got his second bucket.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
And so the timeout here taken by Eddie Jordan. He's ready to talk things through with them. Wizards making a switch here. Butler's checked in. So Orlando going with an almost entirely new group here. Washington leading now by 18. Jamison with a screen for Butler. Takes the elbow jumper and drains it. Butler's got 6.
Yeah, he's going to knock that down if you give it to him. Uncompetitive there defensively.
Well, if you're going to give him that shot, he will take it any time.
Now here's Shaq. He's got 6. Faded away to create the space. He's got 8.
How about Shaq with the mid-range there, showing a willingness to step out and expand his game.
Daniels passes to Stevenson. Jamison with a screen on Anderson. Scott pulls it in.
And if that's the best look you can get on a possession, what a waste of a trip down the floor.
I'm not sure what he was thinking right there, but we see this in this game sometimes.
Now here's Anderson. Hasn't made one yet. Here's Hardaway, and then Hardaway with the dunk.
Gives the team such a great element having a one guard who can get to the 10.
Certainly something every team wants to have.
And you can see how it energizes the entire team.
Haywood with a screen on Scott. Spins. Butler passes to Haywood. Over O'Neal. Nails the baby hook. And the Wizards lead by 18.
Interior passing is so difficult if you aren't precise. They were right there. Nice work.
O'Neal a screen on Daniel. To the middle. Penny and Shaq connect.
It's just hard guarding O'Neal in general, but when he's working in the pick and roll, it's almost impossible.
It's time to send it over now to our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Hey guys, well, the NBA understands its future is electronic. Commissioner Adam Silver said the vast majority of people consume us through media, not in person. Our social media audience is the highest of any league and continuing to grow exponentially. So there's no lack of interest in this game. Back to you, Kevin.
It is a beautiful thing. All right, Allie, as always, we thank you.
Shooting 2.
The first free throw is good.
Yeah, and Butler, just a natural leader. He's someone whose teammates look up to, a polished scorer who also plays tough defense.
The Magic making a switch here. Shaw's checked in. And both free throws good for Caron Butler. For Orlando, they won their last contest, that game against the Atlanta Hawks. Here's Shaq. And Haywood pulls it down. Haywood's got his 4th rebound in this one. Scott against Butler. Here's the floater. And the layup is good. Butler's got 10 points in the game.
It's certainly been a good night for him, and it is showing on the scoreboard.
Now a timeout called by Orlando. Look at Gilbert Arenas. What a contribution.
Well, I'll take you inside this huddle. The message from the coach is simple. Can someone, anyone, guard him from the three-point line?
Here is Shaw. Still yet to score. From 8, Haywood grabs the board. Haywood's got his 5th rebound in this one. To the inside, and Butler gets it to go.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Well, they're making something very difficult look simple right now.
Now, here is O'Neal. Rebounded by the Wizards. Haywood's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Grant against Daniels. Butler passes to Blatch. 6 on the shot clock. Arenas, that's a 2-pointer. Again, the Wizards good for 2.
Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
And because of that, this one looks like a bit of a mismatch.
Here is Shaw. Pass to Shaq. They need this. Haywood grabs the board. Haywood's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Takes the 13-footer. Daniels, no good. Guys, if they're going to make a run, no time like the present.
Yeah, and it's certainly, we had to expect a better game than this. Been very ugly thus far.
Love that look there, locating his teammate and creating an easy basket.
Anderson against Daniels. Arenas a screen on Grant. Outside Arenas. And right away, they match it with a 3-pointer of their own. Arenas has got 5 points in the quarter. A challenging stretch here for Orlando. Pass to Scott. Looking for Anderson. He gets it there.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
Over Daniels. Haywood with the rebound.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And here's Arenas for the 3. And Shaquille O'Neal pulls it down. O'Neal's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Outside, Scott. Pass to Shaq. And finished off by O'Neal. Shaq near a 60% shooter from the floor, and he's right around that mark here. And so the timeout here taken by Eddie Jordan. Coach is going to talk some things over with the team. Might be seeing something to adjust. Washington leading now by 22. Left side, Butler. Outside, Arenas. Lets it go from the wing. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. Butler's got 4 assists in the game. 1:03 left in the first half. Here is Shaw. He's covered by Arenas. Pass to Anderson. Now, here is O'Neal. Thomas with the block. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Thomas.
Magic ball.
You gotta love strong defense, especially when it comes in the form of harsh rejections. Wow.
Yeah, quick thinking pays off big. What a block.
And the Magic making a change here. Armstrong's checked in. There's 45 seconds left to play here in the half. Shot clock at 3. Puts up a deep 3. Rebound by Antoine Jamison. And so it's Daniels who brings up the ball for Washington. They lead by 24, their biggest margin. And a wide open look for Arenas. Bangs home the trifecta. Arenas has got 10 points in the quarter.
And once again, the defense allowing him to get a clean look at that triple. He continues to do some big-time damage from downtown.
Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Armstrong with it. Pass to Anderson. Over Daniels. Anderson's shot is off. And so a pretty lopsided game through the first half. It's the Wizards. They finish off the second quarter with a huge surge, an 18-7 run. And we'll be back right after halftime for the start of the third quarter. We'll see you in a bit.
And we welcome you to halftime. First order of business, time to take stock of the All-Star voting.
I was just thinking about all the changes we've seen to the All-Star voting process over the years. A lot of new factors in play now.
Yeah, like social media. Definitely tips the scales when it comes to who's selected.
And now, how about that first half? Talk about a dominating display for the Washington Wizards.
The key stat here is rebounding. They're way ahead in that category. They've been the far more physical team, Shaq.
Elbow sandwiches with some extra mayo on the side. Yum, yum.
That is more than enough of us. Let's send you back to the game. Kevin Harlan and crew with the second half.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. It's been a clinic from Gilbert Arenas.
And guys, we saw just how tough he can be with the step to the rim. Great job of just attacking that first half.
Nothing in this league more difficult to defend than a well-timed weak side cut.
Here's Hardaway. They've got Thomas. Gilbert Arenas is out there with Antonio Daniels. Then it's Jamison. And it's Butler in at the small forward. That's the group on the floor right now for Washington. Shaq kicks to Hardaway. Just 5 to shoot. And it's blocked. Butler on the wing. Defended by Scott. That one goes in. Jamison's got the first basket of the third quarter for the Wizards.
And phenomenal work in close. Jamison is just so assertive from that area.
Down low and stolen by Thomas. Arenas against Hardaway. Thomas a screen on Hardaway. And here's Arenas outside.
Yeah, so many times we will see shooters of any caliber miss that wide open three.
And stolen by Thomas. Pass to Butler. That falls. Nice feed that time from Antonio Daniels. Daniels has got 3 assists in the game. Now here is Hardaway. 5 points in the game. Over Arenas. And Hardaway gets it to go. Hardaway has got 7.
And it's that in-between area, the mid-range. It's where Hardaway is probably most comfortable with his shot.
Pass to Butler. Hits the three-point bomb.
Third quarter off to a great start offensively. That's 3 of their first 4 they've made.
Arenas against Hardaway. Anderson outside. Back to Hardaway. Over Arenas. Hardaway, no good.
Well, unfortunately, his poor shooting is not helping their case here.
Outside Arenas. Outside Butler. Shot clock at 6. Jamison with a screen for Butler. All alone. And it falls over the rim and in. Butler's got 7 points for the quarter.
They're on fire to start this quarter, and with each basket, their confidence grows.
Anderson outside. Back to Hardaway. Over Arenas. That doesn't go either for Hardaway.
Well, that's a good high percentage shot. He just couldn't convert.
Daniels dishes to Jamison. On deep, Arenas. And the Wizards hit again from deep.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Here's Orlando now. some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Pass to O'Neal. Over Thomas. Once again off the mark, Orlando.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
First personal foul, first team foul.
We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. Daniels against Anderson. Just 5 on the clock. That's a 2 from Butler.
Getting all over the shooter. Grant using that big frame and long arms to disrupt that one.
And here is Hardaway. He's got 7. Pass to Anderson. They need this one. Anderson buries it from deep.
Yeah, everybody will remember the bucket, but how about that pass to set it up?
Outside Daniels. Here's Jamison. Stolen by Grant. Hardaway against Arenas. Here's Scott. Here's Shaq. Basket made. That gives him 7 field goals in 13 tries.
The strength of O'Neal is otherworldly.
Outside Daniel. Pass to Jamison from the arc. That falls. Nice feed that time from Antonio Daniels. Daniels has got 4 assists now tonight. And it's the Magic's ball. Right side O'Neal. And here's Anderson. He's covered by Daniels. Anderson can't get it to go. Anderson's gone 2 of 6 here tonight from the field. Daniels passes to Arenas. Back to Daniels. Wizards passing it around. Clock at 6. Thomas a screen on Scott. Butler. Outside Daniels. From outside, off the mark. Hardaway against Arenas. Here's O'Neal. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Second personal foul.
And sometimes Shaq is impossible to guard without fouling. He's this like overwhelming presence.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he makes the first.
Well, sending Shaq to the line here is on paper the smart foul, but O'Neal might just make them regret it.
O'Neal hits them both. And the Wizards with possession. Now Daniels, still without a basket. Outside Butler. Just 5 to shoot. And here's Arenas outside. Rebound by the Magic. Outside, Scott. Inside. He's looking for Hardaway and finds him. With the teardrop. Rebounded by the Wizards. Jamison's got rebound number 8 now on the night.
He seems a little out of rhythm right now.
Outside for Arenas. But Trey knocks down the 3 ball. Arenas has got 40 points.
Well, he hit 4 threes in the first, and now he's drained 2 more here in the second quarter. Absolutely on fire from deep.
Now here's Shaq. He's got 16. Lobbed up there for O'Neal. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
And how about the force with which the Diesel plays Shaq on attack?
Outside Arenas. Off target from three-point range.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Outside Hardaway to the paint and stolen by Thomas. Here's Butler. Sinks that one from the post. Butler's got 9 points now in just the second half. And let's get your guys' take now on the hustle stats for Washington.
I like their defense tonight, and we don't talk about that side of the ball enough. You can really change a game when you get a bunch of steals and get out in transition.
I really like their effort in transition tonight, constantly pushing the pace and then turning that into points.
Now here's Arenas. He has 40. Outside, Scott. Anderson up top. Thomas against Scott. Grant down low. Still scoreless over Daniels. The jumper's good from inside 6 feet.
And very strong at just under 7 feet tall. Grant loves using that to his advantage inside.
Daniels against Anderson. Daniels passes to Arenas. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. That's on Shaq. One thing we see sometimes, players opting to represent themselves when it comes to signing a contract. In other words, Tim, they don't have an agent. Why do you think that is?
Well, I think most players, Kevin, understand that the numbers are pretty set, particularly for the superstar. If you know you're going to get a supermax, why not keep more of what you make? Why pay an agent?
That's a good point. So both teams making some changes here. Off on that one, so he goes 1 for 2 at the line. Here's Shaw. Makes it off the glass.
I mean, it's just fun to sit back and enjoy watching him operate. And that's what it looked like the D was doing as well. They're just sitting back and watching.
Now here's Hayes. Pass to Butler. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. That's on Shaq. For Washington, they have gone 4 for 5 from the charity stripe in this one up to now.
Caron Butler taking 2 shots.
Two.
The free throw drops for Butler. Brendan Haywood, he's checked in for Thomas. And a change for the Magic. Evans is checked in. And both free throws good for Caron Butler. Orlando with the ball. Armstrong passes to Shaw. Here is Armstrong. Pass to Shaw. Beyond the arc. It's rebounded by Stevenson. Shaw has gone 1 of 4 so far.
2 minutes remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
And here is Butler. Nice ball movement by Washington. Here's Blatch. Turner covering. Evans with the steal. Shaw passes to Evans. Here's Armstrong. He's guarded by Stevenson. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call.
Washington ball.
A minute 20 left to play here in the third. Butler, no good.
He bailed out the defense because that's an easy look for him.
Plays it up and banks it in.
And so far going for more of an inside presence here in the second half, getting away from the three-point shot.
Outside Butler. Six to shoot. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
No question he got bumped on that shot.
For Washington, they have made 6 of their 7 attempts at the line in this one. The first one falls. Bowie is checked in for the Magic. And both free throws good for Caron Butler. Here is Shaw. He lobs up the alley-oop pass, stolen by Haywood. And here we go, it's Butler. And Stevenson, the bucket on the assist by Butler. Stevenson's got his 3rd basket of the night right there. And it's Orlando's ball. Shot and game clock separated by 5. Evans, a screen on Stevenson. Knocked loose, stolen by Stevenson. Pass to Blatch. Misses from close range. It could go. He can't get that one. The 3 quarters of play all in the books, and this one all but over already. Washington out in front, delivering the blowout. We're going to step aside for just a second, but join us right back here for the start of the 4th quarter. Next. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Well, coaches love unselfishness, and this is exactly what they're referring to.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the 4th quarter, but stranger things have happened. And so in the game for the Magic, Turner is out there with Evans. Then there's Hardaway. Then there's Royal. And it's Shaw in at the point guard. Hardaway with it. Williams picks him up. Nice shot by Evans.
And with the height to see over people and the peripheral vision to do it quickly, Penny with the perfect setup.
Pass to Blatch. Now Hayes. Fires for 3. Rebounded by Hardaway. Hardaway has got 4 rebounds now tonight. To the middle. Williams passes to Haywood. Evans with the rebound. Here is Shaw. Outside Hardaway. To the inside, Evans. Rebound by Williams. You know, Tim, some people love the star power of dynasties, but do you think the league's push for parity is helping the game overall?
Overall, I do believe competitive balance is good for the league. I think there are more fan bases that stay more engaged longer into the year, and that's just good for everybody.
I totally agree. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
First personal foul, first team foul. Shooting for the Magic, Brian Shaw. 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That's good from Shaw. Roger Mason has checked in for Washington. And a change for the Magic. Rollins checked in for Evans. And so he hits both.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
To the wing right side. Blatch the pass to Haywood. One-on-one here. Pass to Turner. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
First personal foul.
And GA, you look at all these great European players. Some saying that youth development in the U.S. could emulate aspects of what they're doing overseas in their systems.
Well, it's already going in that direction. Youngsters able to, in essence, go pro from their early teens. But the academies they've set up over there, they are, no doubt, intriguing.
And the first one at the line is good. Shack's checked in for Rollins. Both free throws good from Turner. And it's Mason with the ball for the Washington Wizards. Over to the wing. Blatch the pass to Mason. Here's Blatch. Turner covering. Pocket 4. And here's Stevenson for 3. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Well, they certainly have the shooters to do it. It's just about finding that rhythm.
Here is Shaw. Here's O'Neal. Rebound Blatch.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Stevenson outside. So, Tim, when you played, you were one of the league's best sharpshooters. Did you ever look around and pick things up off of other guys you watch shoot the ball well?
No question. In fact, I learned a lot about how to move off the ball by watching other guys as I made my way through college and eventually became a pro. And even when I was in the league, I would study other players to pick up things on their footwork and how to get my release a little bit quicker.
Give me one player that you really studied hard.
Well, there's no question Del Curry was a guy I watched because he needed very little time to get that shot off, coming off of his screen. And unfortunately, several times I got there late against him and learned my lesson.
Here's Blatch, following the basket by Shaquille O'Neal. Hayes, it's rebounded by Royal. Royal's got his 4th rebound in this one. Shaw passes to Hardaway, and foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Yeah, just nice strength there, and then just off with the shot.
For the Magic, Penny Hardaway. 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good. Wizards making a switch here. Sengaila's checked in. So he gets them both. So when you look at different approaches to player recovery, from load management, say, Tim, to rub some dirt on it and get back in there, where do you stand on all of that?
Well, I do think teams have done a better job of trying to make sure players are protected from themselves and make sure they're getting enough rest. But I also think there are times guys should be allowed to play through certain types of minor injuries. Nothing going his way this quarter offensively. Time to recalibrate. That's just a smart play right there. The right pass to a ready shooter.
And they are really racking up the assists in this one.
And their team chemistry is evident. These guys enjoy playing with one another.
Now here's Hayes. To the middle, here's Blatch. A great 1-2 punch. Beautiful pass and nasty jam.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
And finished off by O'Neal.
And the big guy is doing big things offensively. O'Neal knows his team counts on him to rack up points.
Haywood with a screen on Turner. Picked away. Here's Royal. On the wing, Hardaway. Pass to Shaw. Here's Royal. Good ball movement here by the Magic. Here's Hardaway. It's hauled in by Singaila. They're making this a runaway.
And the only question for me right now is just how big the lead will eventually become.
Now here's Stevenson. Hayes the pass to Blatch. On the wing, Stevenson. The Wizards need to get a shot off here. Fade away. The rebound by Turner. And Orlando has possession. Pass to Hardaway. Lets it go with the three. The offensive rebound. And O'Neal gets it to go. O'Neal's got 6 here in this quarter.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Singaila kicks to Stevenson. Singaila passes to Hayes. Now here's Stevenson. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage.
And the dunk by O'Neal.
He's done a great job filling up the box score, but so far it just hasn't been enough. He needs help.
Pass to Hayes. We all hear about AI in the workplace, and I don't mean Allen Iverson, although we could put him in the workplace. Greg, now teams are using computers to break down the action.
Yeah, able to use camera tracking to assess credit and blame, right? So maybe the little things in winning plays that went unnoticed, they won't be overlooked much anymore.
And he gets it to go as they call the foul. He's on his way to the line for one more.
And you can see what the emphasis was at halftime. Here in the second, a lot more effort to get the ball inside, and it's starting to pay dividends.
Catching up on the changes for Orlando. Grant, he's checked in for Turner. And it's Anderson in for Shaw. And that one misses. They are enjoying a commanding lead.
And it really gives them the opportunity to give their starters a rest. Always critical when you get ready for that home stretch.
Now here's Hayes. Ruffin, he's covered by Grant. Stevenson dishes to Hayes. The Wizards with another miss.
Well, he's 0 for, but they're still winning, and that's really all that matters.
Pass to Royal. Here's Hardaway. Tried to bank it in, but he misses.
Yeah, keeps on shooting, keeps on missing. Maybe time to go in a different direction.
And Hayes kicks to Mason. Now Stevenson. It's Roger Mason on the wing. Stevenson outside. Pass to Hayes. Here's Ruffin. No good, unable to end this run. Here are the Magic now. Here's Royal. And he banks in the layup.
They are just killing them on the interior.
And it's Mason with the ball for Washington. And so the timeout here taken by Eddie Jordan. He's going to take this chance to talk to his guys. You know, Tim, you hear some players now feeling they're being unfairly criticized. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I do believe it can get personal at times, but listen, if you are in this league, I think it helps to have thick skin because you are going to be criticized from time to time.
But players do pay attention, don't they? They know what's being said and written.
They pay a lot more attention than they let on, Kevin, believe me. And if they're not listening, somebody in their inner circle is. I promise you that.
And stolen by Scott. And here's the fast break. Scott leading the way. Over Hayes. Scott can't get it to go. Each trip down becoming more important.
And you need to string some successful offensive possessions together and play tough D.
Mason the pass to Stevenson. The 15-footer, good.
Well, he's gotten his rhythm now. He's really looking comfortable in the second half.
And it's Orlando's ball. O'Neal sets the screen for Hardaway. Outside, Scott looks for O'Neal, gets it to him. Shot clock at 5. Rebounded by the Wizards. Haywood's got 11 rebounds in the game. Stevenson outside. Tim, the NBA is always changing, but any predictions for the league that you kind of feel we're going to see around the corner?
Yeah, Kevin, I just think the influx and the impact of international players is going to be even stronger going forward. I think a lot of guys have seen the success that those players have had in the NBA, and hopefully it inspires even more great players internationally to want to play this great game.
And for a short time, you played overseas. You saw a lot of them firsthand.
I sure did, and I was in France well before the French influx really hit this league, but I knew then that was the goal.
Now here's Anderson. Pass to Hardaway. Down low. Here's O'Neal. Blanche pulls it in.
Oh, you've got to be able to deliver when you get a bunny like that. That's just too easy of a shot to miss.
Stevenson with a clean look. Offline with his 3.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Shaq misses. And the Wizards with possession. Pass to Hayes. To the wing on the left. Haywood with a screen on Grant. And here's Haywood. And that's collected by Grant. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Anderson kicks to Hardaway. Screen by O'Neal. Hardaway dishes to O'Neal. And it's good, assisting on the play with Hardaway.
That's very smart use of the screen, and it sets up a very close look.
Mason looking around. And so it's Washington easily grabbing this one. It was a tale of 2 teams tonight. One that was in total control, operating flawlessly, and the other just searching for answers that they could never find.
I mean, the energy here is just so tremendous. Fans involved from the get-go. And once they started to really pour it on, it was fun to see that rhythm and flow from their perspective.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. Alongside Tim Legler, Greg Anthony, and our reporter, Allie LaForce, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching, folks. And as we leave you, we give you our player of the game, Gilbert Arenas.